Alright, hey Steve, I'm going to try to get through this quick, and I don't know, I got a lot of stuff written down, so we'll see. Right now it's about 10 o'clock at night, so I'm going to try to talk loud. I'm outside, I know, it's weird, but the sound quality might not be bad, the light quality is going to be bad, sorry. But here we go. Chad, I wrote down a few ideas for your video. First thing, it's hilarious. I mean, everybody I've talked to liked it. It was awesome. It's the most creative way I could think of, or anybody could think of, really, to get over the microphone problem that you have. I know you didn't have a microphone for your camera or your phone, whatever you recorded on, so you did it that way with that program, with the Stephen Hawking voice. It was awesome. Okay. The origin of Steve, I think you explained it pretty well. Yes, the Multiplicity movie. But, I mean, you have to mention it's a Michael Keaton movie. I love Michael Keaton. He's the best Batman ever. I'll make that argument. Yes, the Christopher Nolan movies are better Batman movies, but the better Batman is Michael Keaton because, let's be honest, Christian Bale's Batman voice is kind of stupid. I know you might not be able to hear me. I'll try to talk louder, okay? Gotta keep that in mind. Alright, I'm not sure where Stevie started. I think I remember showing you guys the movie, so maybe it started then, but I'm not sure if you saw the movie before I showed it to you. I don't remember. But I do remember it started with us driving back and forth from camp during the weekends of the summer, and we would just hang out the windows and yell Steve to people, and you just see the reaction. But I'm not sure why Grandma let us do that, but it was awesome of her to let us do that. And I want to mention that was the best part of your video, is seeing Grandma in the background. She's hilarious. I mean, I don't know what she was doing most of the time, but it was funny. Chad, you win best video for the week last week, hands down, in my call. Okay, Tim's video, notes I have on that. You offered a friend a couch, you got sick, whatever, Tim. Don't worry, don't be sorry. I mean, there's no time limit on any of these things. It's just for fun. And if you're going to procrastinate, just procrastinate. You know, don't make excuses. I'm joking, of course. Okay, loved your hair, Tim. I know, I actually like it shorter, when you have your hair shorter. I know you don't like that, but I have to say your hair was looking pretty good in that last video. Another game I remember you playing was Silent Hill, and for some reason we thought it was really a good idea to play this scary Silent Hill game in the middle of the night in your room, which was in the basement of your house. It was just, I don't know, it was creepy. Musically, Tim, I kind of remember you always kind of being musical. I mean, your whole family is pretty musical. So I knew that you and Chad were always going to be the musical ones out of the group, and I just never had any rhythm to do that kind of thing, besides like singing while I'm on a run. That's about it. So sometimes I do dream about, like, man, it'd be awesome if we were all in a band together and maybe I was the singer because I can't do anything else, but I don't have much of a voice anyway. I don't know. It would just never work out, but that'd been cool. I tried learning bass with Chad and Chris McCullough, who was the other guitar player we grew up with as a friend. And I had no rhythm, so I was never able to do it. I always hated that pizza at school as well. I don't know anybody that really liked that pizza. It was terrible. Another cool lunch story is, I'll try to do this quickly. I remembered getting kicked out of our table because we were being too, too rowdy. And the shop teacher, I don't remember his name, if one of you do, let me know. And he kicked me out of the lunch table and moved me to this table with these girls. And these girls were just like stuck up and they didn't like me and stuff. But one day we were all kind of getting along. We were talking about the Austin Powers movie and we were saying quotes. So I said one of the quotes, "Do I make you horny, baby?" So then she went and told on me that I said that. And I remember the teacher called the principal, and I went to the principal's office, and then they called my dad, and he came in from work, and we went to go see the guidance counselor together. It was like the worst trouble I'd gotten in middle school was because of those girls. Eventually I got moved back to you guys' table. What else? Okay. Oh, Tim, I think you did a pretty good job defining yourself. You both did a better job than I did. I have to say, I thought about it, and if I wanted to define myself in any way, I always wanted to kind of be considered an honorable person, a just person, you know, a nice guy, basically, and maybe a leader of sorts. But Tim, I would always define you as the smart one. That's one thing you didn't say about yourself. You were always, in our group, I think, the level-headed one out of us, the smarter one. Chad, you were always the fun one, and by fun I mean crazy. You're nuts. I mean, some of the things you did, like you would have these extravagant ideas, and Tim would be the level-headed one talking us out of it. Okay, Tim, I was flattered that you would say that me or Chad had anything to do with the man you became, because you're amazing. So I thought that was just, I mean, I was pretty flattered to hear you say that, though I do feel the same about both of you, Steve, because, I mean, we're more like brothers, honestly, than friends. And Tim, you posed the question, a new question for the week, and this is the first question for the week. That is, what do you want to get out of these videos? I would say I want to get out of this just staying in contact more, and it's already working. I mean, we're already calling each other more. Let's be honest, guys don't really call each other. We don't really have anything, unless we have something to talk about or plan for. We really don't call each other. I mean, I usually call when I'm coming up, you know, and that's, hey, I'm coming up, let's hang out. Like that's what we call about. So it's nice to be able to have something to call each other about. All right. Oh, and another thing I wanted to mention before I get to the questions that I wanted to pose this week for you guys is Chad's mom posted a video of Chad's 11th birthday party from 1996 on Facebook last night on the 14th, and it is hilarious. It's like it's 15 minutes long. The sound quality is pretty bad. It's all over the place. But we were boys, like young boys at the time, so we're running all over the place and just loud, so you can't really hear anything. Best part for me was, Chad, you opened the present I got you, and that year was the Independence Day movie came out, and I got you an Independence Day alien for that, which is funny that, you know, she should post that video, and I just talked about in my last video, one of the Halloweens I had to carry your Independence Day alien tentacles around when you were dressed up like that. So thought that was great, but the best part was whenever you were reading the card that I got you. I just wrote a little card and made it out of construction paper, and it's like, you can't really hear all the stuff you say, or I couldn't, but at the end it says, friends forever, Joey, and you came over and like gave me a hug or shook my head or something. I don't know, it was, I don't know, not to be corny or anything, but it was pretty cute. I don't know, I liked it. Okay, new questions for the week for me. Okay, how would you define me? Like, and Chad, how would you define Tim? And Tim, how would you define Chad? Like I said earlier, I already defined you guys in my eyes. Tim, the smart one, level-headed. Chad, just the crazy one, fun one. Three new questions, or the third new question of the week. Best thing in your life right now? For me, it's definitely Liam. You guys know that I never wanted to be a father. I mean, I think part of that was I was just afraid that I would end up like my father. And I think, you know, luckily Molly has helped me a lot, and I know I'm not going to be like that. So that's more comforting. But I hope I would never be able to explain to you guys. I mean, I'd sit here for 10 minutes trying to explain to you guys why it's the most amazing thing having a child. But you just can't. You can't explain it. You can't put it into words. Matt, if you're watching this, you know what I'm talking about. When you lay your eyes on them for the first time in the hospital, it's just, you just know it, and there's no explaining it. And the only thing I hope is that Chad, Tim, someday you guys get to experience that. I think you should. Responsible, good people should get to experience that feeling. It is the most amazing feeling I've ever felt, and still is. So, okay, question 4. And I'll list these questions again at the end. Hopefully, if I have enough time, the camera doesn't shut off. Where do you want to be in 5 years? Because we talked about the past last week. Let's talk about the future this week. I want to be settled down somewhere. I don't care where, if it's in California, wherever. I want to be back in the Marine Corps and a practicing attorney like that. I just want to be somewhere, settled. You know, I'm sick of this limbo status, school status, like studying everything. I just want to be somewhere doing something, and that's it. So the 4 new questions are: Tim posed the first one, what do you want to get out of these videos? I posed the other ones, how do you define me, so you guys define each other, and best thing in your life right now, and where do you want to be in 5 years? So that's all I got. I mean, the 5 years question is kind of corny, but yeah, that's it. This is a chamomile tea, by the way. I usually drink it before I go to bed. It's about bedtime for me, but it helps calm the nerves. I make it with honey, because if you don't make it with honey, it's just not the same. Like, I used to like sugar in my tea, but honey is way better. So there's another tip for you. If you drink tea, you have to have honey, not like regular sugar. And actually, I think honey is supposed to be better for you, especially if you get local honey. There's something there where it's supposed to help you with allergies. So if you get like local honey, you'll have like less, I don't know, pollen allergies and different allergies in that area. All right, I'm gonna end this now before I start going on. But I'll see you later, Steve.